They told us to eat our fruits and vegetables, but what if they aren't as powerful as they used to be?
Soil is the habitat upon which zillions of lives thrive. Once there is no richness in soil, then you have forsaken the planet in many ways.
An orange today is not the same as an orange from your grandparents' time. Back then, a single orange packed enough vitamin A to meet your needs. Now, you need to eat 8 of them to get the same amount. And it's not just oranges. Nutrients are vanishing from our food.
Clearing huge fields to make life easier for combines is just one reason soil in northeastern Germany has degraded.
The silent war on soil. Scientific studies have uncovered a disturbing trend. Researchers analyzed 43 different fruits and vegetables and found consistent declines in protein, calcium, phosphorus, iron, and vitamin B2. Our food is growing in size but shrinking in nutritional value. Why? Because the focus has shifted from nutrition to appearance.
25 up to 80% of all vitamin and mineral content. This is among apples, this is broccoli, this is carrots, this is potatoes, this is onions, this is every, quote, produce out there. It's like a minimum 20% nutrient loss. And
modern crops are bred for size, resistance to pests, and long shelf life. Nutrient density? That's barely a priority. So, what does this mean for you? Should you stop eating fruits and vegetables? No, they still have fiber, polyphenols, and essential nutrients. But the reality is that even the healthiest diet today might not be enough.
Nutrient-dense food is looking at a quantity of food and kind of the value of the nutrition you might get from eating it.
Take magnesium, for example. Decades ago, our soil had more magnesium, and our water sources naturally provided it. Now, even if you eat a nutrient-rich diet, you might still be missing 200 to 300 milligrams of magnesium daily. Yet some insist that supplements are unnecessary, claiming we can get everything from food. But if the food itself is depleted, where does that leave us? Even those obsessed with proper nutrition are falling short. The real issue isn't just what we eat, it's how our food is grown. Industrial farming has stripped the soil of its nutrients, and degraded soil means nutrient-poor crops. The topsoil, once rich in minerals and organic matter, is eroding. This erosion washes away nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, essential for plant growth and, ultimately, human health. In simple words, the ground beneath our feet is slipping away, and most people don't even realize it. Soil is under attack. UNESCO has sounded the alarm. By 2050, 90% of the world's soils could be degraded. If that happens, the consequences will be catastrophic. Yet, despite the warnings, little is being done. Scientists are struggling with a basic problem. There isn't even a universal definition of what makes soil healthy. Yet the damage is undeniable. In 2018, the European Union's Joint Research Center estimated that 75% of the world's land was already degraded. By 2050, it could be 90%. These aren't just numbers. 3.2 billion people are already feeling the effects. Soil degradation threatens food security, accelerates climate change, and destroys ecosystems. The problem is growing, and the solutions are complex. Plowing remains one of the toughest issues to solve. While it makes planting easier and controls weeds, it also disrupts soil structure and speeds up degradation. Alternatives exist, but they come with trade-offs. No-till farming often relies on herbicides like glyphosate, a controversial solution. Some experts suggest using mulching or mechanical weeding, but these methods need better technology and wider adoption. The problem runs deeper than just missing nutrients. Intensive farming destroys soil structure, depleting organic carbon and making it harder for plants to absorb nutrients. As a result, crops grow weaker, and so does the food supply. Food, mood, and microbes. Beneath our feet lies an unseen world, teeming with life. In a handful of healthy soil, billions of bacteria and kilometers of fungal filaments work silently, creating the foundation of all terrestrial existence. Yet, despite its importance, 90% of species within English soils remain unnamed. A vast living web of organisms, shaping the very food we eat and the health we enjoy, remains largely a mystery. This complex ecosystem does more than just support plant life. It fuels the cycle of nourishment that sustains us. Within the soil, fungi, bacteria, worms, and insects break down organic matter, releasing nutrients that plants absorb. In return, plants feed these microorganisms with carbon captured through photosynthesis. This delicate exchange ensures that our food carries the minerals and vitamins necessary for human health. But when soil loses its vitality, the impact reverberates far beyond the fields. The human gut, like the soil, is an intricate web of microscopic life. Villi in the intestines function much like plant roots, drawing in nutrients broken down by a dense population of microbes. The diversity of this gut microbiome directly influences mood, immune function, and overall well-being. With nearly 90% of serotonin, the neurotransmitter responsible for mood regulation, being produced in the gut, the connection between soil, food, and mental health is undeniable. Destroying soil life means stripping away the nutrients necessary for a balanced gut, leading to rising cases of anxiety, depression, and chronic illness. Despite this fundamental truth, industrial agriculture continues to ravage the soil. With 46% of habitable land dedicated to agriculture, the choices made in farming shape global health. Heavy machinery compacts the soil, pesticides eliminate essential microbes, and synthetic fertilizers upset natural balances. What remains is depleted, lifeless dirt, prone to erosion and incapable of sustaining nutrient-rich crops. Worse, the runoff from chemical-laden fields contaminates waterways, spreading toxicity far beyond the farms. The modern agricultural model is rooted in the aftermath of war. Chemical companies that once produced nerve gas found a new market in farming, repurposing their deadly innovations into pesticides. Today, over 1,400 pesticides are in use, yet less than 1% affect the intended pests. The rest seep into the ecosystem, weakening the soil food web and, by extension, human health. The result? A staggering rise in inflammation-related diseases, obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular issues, and immune disorders, all tied to the food we consume. Food has become a product of industry rather than nature. Mass production prioritizes efficiency over nourishment, reducing once nutrient-dense foods into calorie-heavy, chemically treated commodities. After leaving the farm, food undergoes further degradation, bleached, deodorized, preserved with artificial additives, and stripped of its original vitality. The oils, sugars, and processed ingredients in modern diets fuel disease rather than wellness. Yet most consumers remain unaware of how deeply their meals are connected to the soil beneath them. Saving soil, saving ourselves. The fight isn't just about farming, it's about survival. Soil degradation isn't a distant threat, it's happening now. Every lost millimeter takes a century to replace. Without urgent action, we are eroding the very foundation of life. The ground beneath us is running out of time. Instead of prioritizing how long a tomato can sit on a shelf, we need to focus on how much nutrition it carries. Modern food is not what it used to be, but we don't have to accept this decline. Regenerative farming, better food choices, and strategic supplementation can help us reclaim what we've lost. The question is, how long will we wait before we take action? There is hope, but it requires a radical shift. Fermentation, a practice as old as human civilization, provides a link between soil and health. Foods like sauerkraut, yogurt, and kimchi are rich in beneficial bacteria, supporting gut health, but their effectiveness depends on the quality of the ingredients. Vegetables grown in lifeless, chemically treated soil lack the microbial diversity needed for proper fermentation. Without healthy soil, even the most time-honored food traditions lose their potency. That's where regenerative agriculture comes in. It offers a path forward, one that rebuilds soil health and, in turn, human health. Unlike industrial methods, regenerative farming mimics natural ecosystems, prioritizing soil vitality through composting, crop diversity, and reduced tillage. Instead of relying on chemicals, regenerative farms harness the power of living organisms, allowing the soil to heal itself. This approach not only restores nutrient density to food, but also mitigates climate change by sequestering carbon in healthy soils. On a patch of land in Central America, a farmer kneels, pressing a seed into the earth. This is regenerative agriculture. Like industrial farming, it does not take from the soil without giving back. It heals, it restores, it rebuilds. Regenerative agriculture is more than just a set of techniques, it is a philosophy. It respects nature's balance, working with the land rather than against it. Farmers who adopt this method understand that soil is alive. Beneath the surface, a vast network of fungi, bacteria, and microorganisms communicate, exchange nutrients, and support plant growth. By nurturing this underground world, they unlock the soil's full potential. The impact is undeniable. Regenerative farms produce food richer in vitamins and minerals, benefiting human health. They absorb carbon from the atmosphere, fighting climate change. They create habitats for wildlife, reversing the damage caused by deforestation. These farms are not just sources of food, they are lifelines for the planet. Now, with growing awareness, even corporations like PepsiCo and Unilever are taking steps to incorporate regenerative practices into their supply chains. PepsiCo plans to work with farmers across 7 million acres by 2030. But here's the catch. Is it all marketing, or will it make a real difference? Critics have raised concerns about whether these initiatives can live up to the hype. But one thing is clear, regenerative agriculture has a spotlight like never before. The real question is whether regenerative agriculture can live up to its promise. As large-scale corporations like Nestle invest billions into the concept, we're seeing a growing shift in how farming is perceived. The impact is undeniable, but the transition to these methods needs to happen quickly. We're running out of time. A recent report from agricultural giants stated that regenerative practices are already in use on 15% of cropland. But to meet global climate goals, that number must triple by 2030. For regenerative agriculture to truly make a difference, the focus must be on improving soil health, optimizing resources, and ensuring climate resilience. It's not just about farming, it's about a sustainable food system that can thrive without exhausting the planet. As we face growing environmental challenges, regenerative agriculture might not just be a choice, it might be the last option before it's too late. The question is, will we embrace it before the window of opportunity closes? But we can't wait for change to come to us. It's time to take action, starting with the choices we make at the dinner table and the voices we raise for better farming practices. And that's all for now. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And don't miss the video on screen. It's packed with more insights to boost your health. Also, let us know in the comments, what steps do you think we can take to protect the earth beneath our feet? Until next time.